In this video, I'm going to do a very brief interpretation of the lunar axis, or axis of your lunar nodes, by house. So basically, if you know that your south node is in a certain house, and then your north node is always going to be polar opposite of that. Sometimes in astrology charts, they'll only show the north node. So essentially, just know that wherever your north node is, which again is symbolized by a horseshoe with the point upward, and the south node is going to be opposite it, so point downward. Sometimes it'll show both, but just in case it doesn't. And if you have any troubles, feel free to ask me about it. But I'm going to go house by house for the combination. So I'll talk about the south node, in the first house, which means the north node in the seventh house, and I'll just move through the different houses and give you a brief overview. So very quickly, before I actually launch into the interpretations, I just want to remind you what the nodes of the moon mean. So as I've said in all the intro videos that I've just done, you come in with an intent. You take this incarnation in order so that your eternal self can develop its character in a certain way. So you have certain tendencies, having taken many lifetimes and done, made mistakes or had successes or whatever you've done. But even if you've been successful, you've done things in a certain way, and that basically creates a body of habits which outlasts the lifetime. So when you're about to take an incarnation, you have an intent. In all cases, you're going to channel the universal will, again for Kabbalists in Chokmah, and you're going to pick the chart, which is a form, an essential form that's capable of channeling that universal divine will, and that's in Binah, or the third sphere. So you're picking a chart before you come down and actually live it. So once you come down, then in order to gain the evolutionary push that you need, or that energy that you need to actually wake up enough and not be trapped by all the conditioning that you're going to find yourself in, especially not being able to remember why you came here, you need to push in the direction of your north node. So the south node represents just that, all the basic tendencies that are so strong that they tend to keep you asleep. So they're kind of places where you tend to energetically live unless you're kind of waking up and trying to change something. And so it's not that one's bad and one's good, but simply that the south node represents habits that are unconscious, and basically you can kind of fall into them like a trance. And then you push in the opposite direction, represented by the north node. So in